this is like once I was given like the insight about my own programming, and it kind of looked like that, like a lot of different dots, and one decision leading to different things, and that's what they are using to kind of bring us in reaction, or to kind of bring us working for their project, like anyone falling currently for the operation of the force war. They use this kind of programming, savior programming, and they kind of bring you to spend your time in a controlled way. Yeah, so something to observe. So I noticed for myself that there was a lot of programming, and probably the mind wiping drugs as well, that are meant for me not to question deep in us what is happening in my reality. I have specific example in mind where I just continue, and I just kind of ignore or not question things. Only years later it kind of come back, and I sometimes we may have like amnesic episodes. I have at least one. We can also have like these glitches in our memories. I have that with different memories from my childhood where I remember something, but it seems like exaggerated. So I notice also that there is a sense of relief, when we are swallowed by the 3D aspect. Sometimes, if I have a busy week, with these 3D things, it kind of is an excuse. And I notice slightly in myself that some authors are expressing. Earlier today, I had something also with catching some slight thoughts from my alters, and how they were programmed to kind of create distraction, and that they were getting like really scared when I don't go for the distraction. It's so many alters have this distraction function, so we never get to the core of what we really need to address, right? Being endlessly distracted. We also have inside of us self-monitoring, self-containment, and reporting system. Some authors do work on preventing us to reach true healing. They are very self-deceiving. They will come with the best excuse. They will distort things in our head. They will use or sometimes a wound or so. So it's not only exterior, it's also this internal contradiction sometimes, and sometimes inner battle. Right now, and usually always, a lot of reals are struggling to one degree or another to stand and walk in their true power, and to overcome the sabotage from their timelines, from themselves. A lot of reals are struggling with very, very convincing alters, and very, very heavy of self-sabotage, but also sometimes we have at specific moments very specific attention paid to us to kind of discourage us and mess up with what we are building. So anytime we're being coded to this operation, it is we are right into these daytime projects. It happened to me that I knew that I was like in this daytime project, really felt coded and coded to some forces beyond my will. So something to pay attention. Non-spirited beings. So backdrops are often loyal to the inversion. They are, we can think about them as projection from the hologram, like Sims. They are very often AI driven, if they are not like sometimes guided by other energies. And this is like receiving AI thoughts injection bleeding into our corner of reality. They are programmed to do things that are specifically triggering for us, like fear-based thing, triggering some money programming, low frequency things. And it's because the programming is installed in us, right? So when we deinstall or deprogram but there are layers also to programming. So we might disinstall some layers, but there are more layers. So that's how it goes with the onion peeling. It's made a certain way, so we are kept tied to the 3D aspect. We kind of lower our expectation of what this life is, and we are encouraged to live the 3D life, right? If you have a backdrop parent, right, they have like a vision for a life for you, and for you it seems like despair if you listen to that, because it's so empty of anything that is of interest for you. So the system tends to send people behaving a certain way. Many times they are backdrop, they can send these triggers that are very specific to us. Most of the time, the person is not aware and not conscious of what they are used for, but sometimes they are more conscious deceivers. Boundaries are really necessary for us not to be eaten alive, and for us to have the space to just work on what we want to work, or explore whatever we want to explore. A completely different life beyond the surface level of what's happening. This is our underground life, and usually spirited beings, they know they have this life. They don't always talk about it. Sometimes they keep it private because they have met backdrops. They have tried to share with backdrops, and there was no resonance with backdrops, so they have decided, okay, I'm going to keep this underground life for myself, because it doesn't seem to resonate around me.